Hey, it's Harlan from Soul Free and the Donna Show, and we're here at the Directors Guild of America. It's the world premiere of America's Burning. It's the brainchild of executive producers Michael Douglas and Barry Levinson, and it's a first-hand tale from some of the greatest talking heads and leaders that we have in America today about what's going on in our country, the hatred, the economic disadvantage, our political system, and we are here for it. We are excited about this film, and it is something that does involve economics and money. So in honor of it, I broke out the New Balance 993s in money green because, we have to match our fit to the film. And we're here. It's the DGA Theater in New York City, America's Burning, the world premiere. Let's go. Soul Free with Harlan Friedman, your home for sneakers and culture, starts in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We're here with the writer-director of America's Burning, David Smick. David, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great. I'm a very lucky guy to be able to get my ideas into a film and have people watch it and have people like Michael Douglas out there helping to promote it, which is pretty amazing.
Amazing. Now, this film, you brought together a lot of people, a lot of very opinionated people who are the thought leaders in the country.
Right.
For you as a director and somebody who has your own opinions as an incredibly accomplished writer, how was that for you to bring all these ideas to the party?
Well, I began by looking at what's the target audience.
Yeah.
The 80% of the country that hasn't lost its mind to hate, that hasn't said, I am so blind, I don't care what, I'm never going to work with the other side. So I figured that's 20%.
Yeah.
So I think I'm targeting the other 80%, and I'm saying there are a lot of smart people in this country, both sides. Nope, I don't have any extreme wacky people, but I have people that I consider highly intelligent. They may differ, but I try to bring them together in a statement that says, we can work our way out of this mess.
And the country today, there's so many different things to talk about. Is there a way for us to get back to simply disagreeing and agreeing to disagree from where we are today, where it's a world of no, you're wrong?
Yeah.
I
believe there's a lot of it comes down to political reform and fundraising reform. I think these people in Congress would love to be more bipartisan, but what happens is they're afraid of being challenged in a primary from the extremes. So and they're afraid of extremist money coming in, big MAGA money coming in and knocking them out. So they go into stalemate. They can't do anything. And I think if we've got to deal with extraordinary. I mean, you cannot have a system. That's what we have, where you have both parties will brag if one of their big dollar fundraisers, gives them $10 million. You think they'd be embarrassed? Right. I mean, does anybody believe there won't be strings attached to that $10 million or $20 million? It is absolutely crazy, and I think that's a big part of it. Yeah. When you look at the corruption on the corporate side in Congress, legal corruption, where you can come in and you can write the legislation. You're the industry being affected. Yeah. It's actually happening. Yeah. And so we wonder why the economy doesn't deliver for blue-collar workers the same way it used to. And I think that it does because it's not the same kind of capitalism. This is a crony capitalism. Yeah. It's kind of a top-down corporate instead of entrepreneurial capitalism. And so I think if we can plant the seeds of the vision, I think people will move very quickly.
What's the message from the film? If you had to say, one distinct message that you want people walking out of the theater with, as the producer, what would that be?
I would say listen to each other, have empathy, and help restore the middle class.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about on a social level across the country. Now, when you're with your friends right now, it's a hot summer in the middle of baseball season. What's the biggest argument you have with your friends at this moment in life?
Dodgers Angels? No, I'm kidding. It's interesting. So I live in Los Angeles,
Okay.
and predominantly a liberal state and city. However, there are a lot of Republicans in there, and they're not. The ones that I talk to are very smart people. They're not rabid. They're not hateful. They're just people that disagree with you fundamentally.
Yeah, which is fine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's fine. Let's talk it out. Let's
Absolutely.
figure out what the differences are.
Yep.
Maybe I can help you see things differently. Maybe you can do the same for
Yep.
me.
Like we used to.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before social media, before all of this craziness that's come about. So it's been rough, but.
And working on this film with a couple of rookies like Michael Douglas and Barry Levinson, what was that? Is that just a pinch me moment?
It's amazing,
Right?
man. I mean, I don't even know where I'm at half the time. I mean, half the time I'm watching the movie or cuts of the movie, and then you hear the voice and you're just like, oh my God, my life is incredible. This is incredible. I'm so blessed, and So.
Did you ever go Gordon Gekko with Michael?
No.
How did you not pull the lines
Here's the
out?
thing, you really want to.
Right, so bad.
But I think it's a guy that he probably gets that constantly. I would imagine people say that to him on the street.
Right.
That would cause a divide all in itself, I'm sure, if you do that. So I stayed clear of it.
Sounds good. Well, Ian, thanks for taking the time. America's Burning, a very important film, and I think what you said about just respecting other people's opinions. If we could get back to that, I think that's where we need to be.
I agree with you. Yeah, I feel like we should have interviewed you for the film.
You know what? I'm down. I'm down. All right, we're here with Hawk Newsome. It's America's Burning, the world premiere. You are one of the subjects of a film executive produced by Michael Douglas and Barry Levinson.
Yeah.
This is Maris and Mantle if you're from the Bronx.
Yeah, right on. It's kind of a big deal. I gotta tell you, the first time I heard Big Mike, I call him Big Night.
Big
man.
Mike.
No, but the first time I heard him say my name on the screen, I almost lost my mind.
Right?
This is one of the coolest dudes of our generation, right? Ever. And he's talking about Hawk, the big mouth activist from the Bronx. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And I got to, first I got to just show you love. Anybody who puts themselves out there like you have.
Thank you.
Starting Black Lives Matter Greater New York, and doing what you've done and putting your face and your, basically putting your life at risk for the betterment of other people.
Right on.
I have such mad respect for that. And how do we get that vigor out there, and how do we get other people to do the same thing?
Everybody's caught up in their own selfish little bubble, right? No matter what class, their socioeconomic status, race, creed, sex, gender, whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody's in their own little bubble.
Yeah.
People have to learn how to empathize and care about others a lot more. Me and my team, we risk our lives for our people every single day. The other day we got followed by the police for 5 boroughs. What it's like to go to your mother's house before a protest and a helicopter is sitting on top of her house waiting for you? For what? For what? Because we want to feed people, we want to teach people, we want freedom.
Yeah.
Something that we've been promised since the 1800s. It's insane. But as far as everyday folks, we gotta do what the good book says and love thy neighbor as you love thyself, as you love yourself. And that's what we put into practice.
I love that. Now, coming from the Bronx, coming from the home of the Rocksteady crew and Grandmaster Flash, Scorpio, and Melly Mel, and Sugar Hill Gang, KRS-One, Fat Joe.
Yeah.
The Bronx changed the world culturally.
Yes.
The Bronx changed the world culturally. Could grouping storytellers and activists like yourself and the other people in this film, America's Burning, can this film do that same thing?
I think that if any movie can change the world right now, it's this one. And what's so important about our organization is, we went from Black Lives Matter to Black Opportunities. I think if there's any organization that is serious about giving Black people the foundation to thrive in the future, I'm not just out here to fight against police and politicians. No, we have a school in the South Bronx, a Montessori school, where we're sending kids. We have a 100% college acceptance rate for our kids to grow up through our program. Like, these are real things we're doing. So yeah, if the Bronx can be the home of the revolution, the hip hop, it could be the home of the revolution and liberation of Black people. That's what we're out here trying to do, bro.
Love that. I got one last question for you.
Right.
Then I'm gonna let you go watch yourself on the big screen.
Right on.
All right. So you're walking through the.
In a pump outside.
Shh, don't tell him.
Took the key out.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Bronx,
Yeah,
son.
you know how we're doing. You know how we're doing. Okay, so you're walking through the Bronx.
Yeah.
You stop by Papa Juan's. You pick up a cigar.
You know it.
You know it.
You know it.
Say hi to Junko.
Oh, Junko.
Hi to
Wow.
Junko.
Wow. What up, Junior? What up, Francis? What's up?
All right.
Yeah, everybody.
And now you go.
See, you know.
I know.
You know.
I know. We're not playing around here.
All right.
You go up NYC. You're gonna put a pair of sneakers on your feet.
Yeah.
What's on your feet?
What's on my feet today? A little Gucci look.
No, I see the drip.
And
General.
Most of the time, it's like it's. I ain't gonna lie, it's a luxury brand. I gotta stay fly, bro.
All right.
Like, I run around here every day. They threatening my life every day. I'm gonna be flying in while I'm doing this revolutionary issue. Like, the Black Panthers will fly.
Yeah.
Women love Malcolm X in his little suit.
Wow.
So we gotta bring our
Good looking dude. I could say it.
Come on. No, yeah.
Anyway, Hawk, congratulations. America's burning. Love, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. All right.
Right on, bro.
Okay.
All right.
It would not be appropriate to be in New York City without a Broadway legend, a film legend, Ben Vereen. Sir, welcome to the premiere of America's Burning.
Yes, America is burning,
Yeah.
And so it's nice to come and see what the solutions are or what we can do to make it not burn, to help put out the fire. Because the only way this fire is going to be put out if we all participate in it with a clear consciousness without being manipulated by anybody but our spirit.
Absolutely. If there's one thing you could do every day, if there's one thing you could suggest to other people, simple acts of kindness, what would your simple act of kindness to kind of spread a little bit more love around the world be?
When I change the culture,
Okay.
make the culture kindness, so that we be kind to one another.
Okay.
I think that was a general plan, but human consciousness got in the way. Human got in the way.
Yeah.
And in a way, what I mean by that is that the brain begins to take over with all its egoisms and all of its self-righteousness instead of being the spirit and truth of love that we are. So to get back to the garden, that's what I'm talking about, getting back to the garden.
I like that.
We need
I
that
like
now.
that.
Yeah.
I like that. I got one more question for you.
Sure.
Our show was born out of sneaker and street culture here in New York City.
Street, say it again?
Yeah, our show was born out of sneaker and street
Sneaker?
culture. Yeah.
I love it.
So if you were to go to Foot Locker or one of the great sneaker stores today, what would be your ideal pair of sneakers if you could have one pair? What's your favorite shoe?
These, Zemka.
Okay. I feel you. Mr. Reed, it's a pleasure. It's an honor. And do we have some fun projects coming up?
Oh yeah, matter of fact, Grey House.
Okay.
Just shot it in Romania. It's about the American slavery, and we shot it in Romania, which was fun. But it's coming out next February, I believe. And it's a wonderful cast. Mary Louise Parker, myself, and there's a host of other people. Chris Walker, amazing. Morgan Freeman. So look for us, okay?
I love it. And thanks for stopping by and saying hi.
Hi.
We're here with the one and only Michael Douglas. Sir, it's such a pleasure to meet you. We're here for the premiere of the movie America's Burning, talking about the dwindling or removal, basically, of the middle class, hatred in America, and all the things that are going on. In your eyes, what's the fix?
Well, I mean, the fix is to support the middle class to a greater extent, and to find out whether it means taxing the rich more, but the middle class is dwindling. The middle class is the essence of our country. It's what I don't see a lot of immigrants trying to fight their way into Russia or China, you know? I mean, so sometimes I think we have to realize to take that into consideration for a lot of countries. But this is a pretty magical, special place. But because of inflation, because of the cost of interest rates right now, I think they are going to continue to come down. Everybody I speak to says the United States is in incredible shape, far ahead of anywhere else in the world. But there's no trickle down.
Right.
And you're seeing the wealthy class at 1% get incredibly wealthy. And I think there's more than enough to go around to help the middle class.
Yeah, it'd be great if we could even it out just a little bit. That would be wonderful. And I know you're here with your family tonight. Is there a message to your kids you'd love to send them with this film?
Well, I just love the fact that they've shown interest in politics. They're part of Gen Z, which I am really impressed with this generation. I think they really are mature. They're adults. They'd like us all to just get out of the way. I think we need a new generation across the board. We need some younger blood in there. We need a colonic.
Absolutely. Last question for you. In this day and age, in this election coming up, could President Andrew Shepard win the election?
It would be tough. He was a little idealistic, but I knew how the script ended.
Absolutely. So you had it.
I had it.
Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you.